power is in the collaboration, not the isolation.
Hey guys, Jenn Rodriguez, president and founder of the Female Collaborative, and I have the esteemed honor to be joined here by Peter Rosenberg from Hot 97 and ESPN, and he is going to be talking on our panel today. So, Peter, tell me why you decided to participate today.
Because you pressured me. Heavy pressure. No, I thought it was a rare opportunity. The way the conversation was described to me as being like candid and one that's really about learning. I thought was awesome because we're so often now an opportunity where the only times we talk about it are after we learn some like sort of shocking, awful information. And now everyone's kind of like just spurting out whatever they feel. Like I think it's nice when you're having a moment, maybe between awful incidents, to talk about what we've learned thus far and the things that we likely expect. I think it's really important. We can't be reactionary at all times. We have to be productive in advance of these things.
Yeah, so given the current climate, why do you think it's important for us to visit the other side of the movement, right? So it's very now heavily focused on women, as it should be, because a lot of women are victims. But what about the men and how they experience and how sometimes they're harassed? I mean, you work in radio, so I'm pretty sure everybody's always trying to get something from you. So why is it important for us to visit the other side of this conversation?
I think it's mostly important in as far as how men can be productive as allies. I think ultimately what happens is you hear about these things, and it's weird, like even talking about it with my wife, right? Like we'll hear about a story and we'll both digest it, and you'll almost get in this position where like you feel like you're being defensive as a man when really you're not trying to be. But it's sort of, there is a really basic, out here there are like monsters that are doing awful things, and then there's like a percentage of people over here that are like making a big deal out of things that maybe aren't real things at all. Maybe they're trying to get a come up, right?
Yes.
And in the middle, there's like all kinds of stuff.
Right.
And I feel that it's important to have men feeling comfortable and capable of contributing to that conversation. Maybe looking at behavior they had in the past that may not be over here, but was somewhere over here, and they didn't even know.
It was a little suspect, but they just
and
didn't
they look back and they're like, I mean, that's the kind of conversations we'll have. Like, these are real conversations that I think we've had on the radio some, and we certainly have when the mics go off. And I think it's nice every once in a while to have a conversation where you're not having it in fear that the wrong thing's going to get said, because you're not doing it for reaction, you're doing it for discussion.
Absolutely. So, Rosenberg, tell me, now should I call you Peter or should I call you Rosenberg?
You said Rosenberg is what it seems like you're comfortable with.
So, Rosenberg, tell me, you know, the generation behind us are looking to us to drop gems. You always drop in gems on the radio. So tell me, what should we be talking to them about or really advising them in this new era that they're growing up in, especially with social media? What advice do you have for them?
It's a little challenging for me to give advice, to be honest, because like I grew up, I am the first, literally like the first person to grow up in the digital beginning. And I say that because I was always very internet advanced to a point that's not cool. I'm very open about that too. It's not cool. I was dating online before it was not, when it was not cool. When the fish were not in the sea. Okay. It was like, so I happen to be a little bit closer and able to relate to it maybe more so than other people my age. But that being said, it still isn't the same as growing up with it being everywhere. What I would offer is to just be super mindful and understand that like the person that you kind of present yourself to be is potentially the person that you will be presenting yourself to be to the entire world. And I think for a lot of people here, that's a scary thought. Because we didn't all know that was necessarily the case. And that's a new way to grow up that they're going to have to really adjust to, and some people are being forced to adjust to it on the fly. So being very careful and mindful and respectful is of the utmost importance, especially if you want to survive in the media business.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Rosenberg. Look forward to what you have to share on the panel. Thank you so much. See you guys later.